Hey everyone, Commander here. Here is the next video in my series on making gold through crafting. This week we are going to cover GW2 BLTC, and as a side note, I will have the last video on GW2 profits out as soon as I am done with it instead of my regular Friday release. And let's jump straight into it. This website is not quite as useful as the wiki and efficiency, but it's still very useful. Because this is very specific at the trading post, and learning how to use this tool gets you very, very far, especially when you're trying to make money. And how we're going to use this for crafting is the tools it has available to us is volume of stuff traded, buy and sell prices, and a history of the item in a graph. So let's kind of dig into this here. So if I'm going to make Zoja's Berserker inscription again, I'm going to type it in and it'll fill out, and you click it, and you're actually going to click on this little eyeglass and click trading post. And if you type in Mithril without fully filling it out, it'll kind of fill out this list with all the things it thinks you want. But because we're specific, it'll give us the one thing. And there's some really good information here, but I actually like to go into it and really get a good look at this. Now, it's really confusing when you first look at it. You know, there's a lot of information, all these numbers, and it's kind of confusing at first. It took me a little bit to understand this. So if you're ever confused, the first thing I'll show you is this little question mark here. Is the help. So if you want to know what something is, this page will show you exactly what it means by everything. But let's break it down. This trading post, so this is the first part to look at. Now this is the sell listing, and the sell listing is always going to be the higher number of the two. So sell and buy. And what that is sell is if I'm going to buy something and I want to buy it instantly, that's the sell listing. If I'm going to sell something, this is what I'm going to post and wait until someone buys it instantly. So when you're buying stuff and selling stuff, almost always go for the buy listing, the cheaper. You have to put in an order and you have to be patient, so keep that in mind. And if you're going to sell things, you craft and sell things, or you have a whole stack of globs of ecto in your bank and you're going to get ready to sell them, put them for the sell listing, because you will make more money. You will always make more money doing those two. It just saves you a lot of money between the two of them. Moving down, profit. So this profit number is specifically for flipping. And what that is, if you don't know, is you buy things for the buy listing and you sell stuff for the sell listing. And you will make 2 gold for every single one of these that if you flip, if you're able to. And ROI is return on investment, so you get a 9% return for every single every single item you flip on this. Now, there's kind of a weird game you have to play here with this, because 2 gold is a lot for some people, but people who are really flipping, especially high priced items like this, 9% might not necessarily be a lot. And so you just got to keep some of that stuff in mind, but that's what those are. It's kind of outside of the scope of this video. Here's the more important stuff: supply, demand, sold, offers, bought, and bids. Now, the supply and demand numbers, these are kind of particular, and what this is supply is the amount of sell listings on the trading post when the snapshot was pulled from the API. So when you load up this page, that's kind of the snapshot of what the trading post looked like at that moment. So there are 226 sell listings. You remember, this is a more expensive price currently on the trading post. So that's 226 people have put up, or 226 of these items have been put up for people to buy instantly if they're impatient. Demand is the flip side. 491 posts, or people, it's not always 491 people, but the player base is currently looking for 491 of these for the buy listing, which is the 28 gold price. Now, sold and offers. What sold means is this is the amount of sell listings, so in this case 35 gold, that were filled or canceled in 24 hours. And so what that means for us when we're crafting, I make my Zoja's inscription, I put it up for 35 gold, and if it gets sold in the last 24 hours, or if I cancel it because the prices have changed too much, that gets put on this number of sold. Offers is how many times people posted in the last 24 hours of the sell listing. So supply is the total number of sell listings that are on the trading post, but you have to remember that some people are not canceling them. So you might have 126 sell listings that have been there for over 24 hours, and then you don't get caught up in this offers. This is just in the last 24 hours, 37 people have added sell listings. And the other thing that I've been ignoring here is these numbers underneath, these red and green numbers. And what these are is over the last 24 hours, we have dropped 21 supply, or 8.5% from 24 hours ago. So 24 hours ago, there was 247 items up on the trading post for this. And then down here for like sold, so 68 were bought or canceled. That is up 27 from 24 hours ago. So before that, there was 51 that were at that, in that 24-hour chunk of time, there were 51 that were bought and sold. And then moving down is acquisition. And what acquisition is this is kind of the same thing as Guild Wars 2 efficiency. It's showing you how to get this, but it provides some different information than Guild Wars 2 efficiency. So this shows you the highest price you can sell it for, and this is how it determines the crafting price. So I will, and that's this part further down, but it's saying you can craft this as cheap as possible for 20 gold, and you can sell it for 35 gold. So before trading post tax, you're getting 15 gold right there. Now, with the trading post tax is the profit, so you're actually getting 9 gold if you are just buying everything outright and then crafting to sell it. And this gives you a return on investment, so it's a 46% return on investment for this. So if you can do this every 3 days and you need to buy everything, you're getting 46% bang for your buck, right? Or 9 gold in this case. And then it shows you everything that is needed to make it, and it has the same links to Wikipedia, same whole 9 yards, and it'll tell you, do you get it with the sell listing, do you get it with the buy listing, or do you just craft it? And so if you need to craft it, click on the plus button, and then just keep going down and down and down and down. Now, this is the last most important part, is this graph right here. This is once you learn to read this is a very, very helpful tool. And what this is this is taking the sell listing, the buy listing, supply, demand, and the numbers sold and bought, and it's putting it into a graph. So these top two are sell and buy, these middle two are supply and demand, and then this bottom one here is the sold and bought. And this is over 24 hours, and you can select timescales on these. So let's say the past 3 days, and you can see these numbers change. And let's say, how about the past year? Now you've got all kinds of squiggly lines on here, right? But we'll go back to day for real quick. So this helps you determine price changes throughout the last 24 hours. There was this huge spike in the buy listings here. So, enough of them got bought out that the highest one was 33 gold. And there's this huge dip right here. So someone bought, it looks like, right there. Someone bought one, and so that's what this price bottoming is. right, for sell listings. So we went 35 all the way down to 30 free, and then back up to 35. And then, you know, supply and demand. So that's just as we said before, how many are available and how many people are looking to buy. And then at 9 a.m., 13 of these were sold. If I'm making something and I want to see how it does over a longer period of time, this is getting into the speculation market a bit. Starts getting into, if you're flipping stuff, this is where it really comes in handy, but this can come in handy as well. And it'll give you trends. So if I go all time, all the way back in 2016 when these were introduced, they were super expensive. So the prices have been steadily dropping, but as you see, they've remained steady for the most part. So don't necessarily expect to lose money on this in the future, right? So you can look and see if, can I keep doing this regularly, or do I need to kind of watch it, whatever it is. And that is pretty much everything for GW2 BLTC. Okay, now that we have all the basics covered, my next video will be on the most important tool, GW2 Profits. So be on the lookout for the next video, then we will move on to greener pastures after that. If you thought this video was interesting or super helpful, go ahead and give a like or even subscribe. If you thought I rambled too much or had other helpful information for me, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I do stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, mixing up a bit of GW2 as well as other games that interest me or what our group is currently playing. So until next time, see ya.